Oh! Welcome to Streamer Camp!
Over the course of the last 2 months, you might have seen across our 4 channels an application process. Over 1,000 streamers applied to be a part of Streamer Camp 4. This is our 4th season.
Leslie's a YouTuber and we're all trying to get a YouTube contract!
Today's the day before Streamer Camp. I'm gonna go hang out with the Streamer Campers. I think they're all here tonight. Tomorrow is day 1 of Streamer Camp, so we had them fly in today and yesterday so that they're not jet lagged.
When I say streamer, you say camp. Streamer! Camp! Streamer! Camp!
Hello everyone, just want to first start off by saying congratulations to everyone who has made it into Streamer University and hope the best for them. Hopefully they are successful and to go into Streamer University and having much fun with the content, creating great content, showing yourself in the best light. Hopefully that's the case for a lot of people at Streamer University. We know there's going to be chaos, stuff like that, controversial stuff maybe. All eyes are going to be on this and everything. So, yeah, there's some things I wanted to say regarding people and how they're treating this whole Streamer University thing with Castanet. Castanet already knew he is going to get backlash as far as just his picks and stuff for Streamer University and everything, which is, yeah, it's expected. Not everyone's going to like how you roll. One of the main controversies I think that's interesting that people complain about, oh, this is nothing but a bunch of Kai's and Ops friends and popular streamers and stuff like that. Okay, so, yes, there are a bunch of popular streamers there. Professors, of course, are going to be popular streamers. People that are well known, that you know, of course. Professors, they're going to be. And there's some students, popular streamers and everything.
Genuine genius this guy is, just literally getting everyone else in the world, all the other creators in the world, to be doing his freaking bidding for him and his advertising for him. And then you know who he picks? All the biggest creators, all the FaZe, all the that new Como house, all the AMP. He just scared.
It's to be expected. If you're not realizing, a lot of stuff that was in Streamer University the first year were very much content that was planned content. Most of those planned content were with people who are big streamers and stuff like that. So, of course, you're going to want to use people who will be able to give you the energy and things that you will like to create that content that you're needing to make things exciting, fun, and everything. So you're going to need those people who you can trust to be able to do certain things and stuff when you need them to do it, to create great moments and great content. And sadly enough, that's going to be your bigger streamers who are used to it, who are used to doing certain things, used to being having stuff planned out, stuff like that. So you're going to need those big streamers. The other thing is, a lot of these people are not necessarily his friends. I think we throw the friend thing out there just loosely. Are there friends of his that's in this? Yes. Duke Dennis, Agent. You know, those are, I would consider probably his friends. People he's associated with a lot. There's people that's like that. Whether it's Senna, probably Jason, he probably associates with. I'm not for sure. Some of the FaZe guys, basically. I would just sure he associates with them. I wouldn't necessarily call them friends, but associates with them enough for them to be able to talk, do certain things and stuff like that with. So there are people that's like that that's in Streamer University. And I wouldn't necessarily call them friends of his, but people he know that he can rely on to do certain things. Definitely people I wouldn't think would be his friends is like Ludwig, probably Pokemon. I wouldn't necessarily call them friends. But there are top streamers, again, people he can rely on. But there are a lot of just streamers that are not well known who has just gotten a boost just by being announced as part of Streamer University. So there was a lot of people that were picked that do not get that many views from streaming. So I also say congratulations to them that they get this opportunity. They're able to grow and everything like that. So that is wonderful. I will not knock down anyone from getting some shine, getting some love when they do deserve it. Well, you don't deserve anything in life, but I think everyone does work hard to get the opportunities and stuff that they have gotten. So, congratulations. Um, Now is how you run with that opportunity is definitely going to be the case. So we'll definitely see. Keep our eyes on that. Another thing that I think is interesting that people complain about, I think is crazy, is that it's about 80-something% black people that's in streaming university. And this is the main thing that I wanted to talk about, just because I think people tend to forget about other things that other streamers do. Crazy thing this one said was, what happened to diversity, whatever bullshit. So this diversity questions when black people do stuff, but never diversity when other people do stuff. This hardly anyone that yells about it. Some people do complain about certain stuff when it comes to other streamers and what they do regarding creating content and regarding pushing other people and stuff like that. Yes. But again, it's not as heavy as people will look at saying, there's not enough of other people that's in here in this group. But this whole streaming university thing with getting content creators and having fun and enjoying it for a certain amount of time for streams and stuff isn't new. It's not new, and it's not the first time that someone's done it. For example, there was Streamer Camp.
Welcome to Streamer Camp!
Oh my god.
This is how Wendy drink that
Jake.
Over the course of the last 2 months, you might have seen across our 4 channels an application process. Over 1,000 streamers applied to be a part of Streamer Camp 4. This is our 4th season. American Idol style, we went through their application and we've narrowed it down to 128, to 64, to 32, and now finally to 12.
Today's the day before Streamer Camp. I'm gonna go hang out with the Streamer Campers. I think they're all here tonight. Tomorrow is day 1 of Streamer Camp, so we had them fly in today and yesterday so that they're not jet lagged. Yeah, I'm excited.
When I say streamer, you say camp. Streamer! Camp! Streamer! Camp!
This was done by 100 Thieves, I want to say, or mostly Leslie. This from that same camp. I remember seeing her do the hosting of a lot of these Streamer Camp stuff. So, Streamer Camp was, I think, first just 100 Thieves type of deal that they were doing, and then they started inviting, less viewed streamers and stuff like that. Streamers who are trying to make it, trying to break out and stuff like that. So they started inviting them to try to help boost them up and everything. And the thing that I've noticed with it is when they do these type of contests and stuff to see who will be able to go to streaming camp and stuff like that when it comes to small creators and stuff. It wasn't that many black people that was involved in a lot of that.
I just noticed I only have white people on my team.
So I've noticed it, but I didn't too much care because the thing I realized with a lot of stuff that people do when they invite people to do certain stuff, or they have these big grouping stream things, they invite people that they're comfortable with, or that they will be comfortable with creating content. That is perfectly fine. Because, again, you don't know how people are going to act, stuff like that, so you're going to try to pick people that you will feel comfortable with doing certain stuff or doing things and stuff like that, especially for multiple amount of days. So I never bashed on Leslie and them for doing that, for picking certain people that they feel comfortable with, because that's what I feel like. It's what they feel comfortable with, who they'll have around them, be around them, stuff like that. I feel the same when it comes to Streaming University. He's going to pick people he is comfortable with, and he's comfortable to be around. Sadly enough, if that's certain type of people, then it's certain type of people. It's just how that is. But so many people didn't make it into Streaming University because of certain reasons. They just didn't fit the mold for him to feel either comfortable with, or that he would feel right about, streaming and stuff, or doing things that could be controversial and stuff like that. Yeah. So, to me, it's ridiculous, because I'm like, there's been a ton of things that I've seen where it wasn't that many black people that were involved or were chosen in certain things. That's why they have to create their own groups and stuff when it comes to RDC. They're gonna be around people they're comfortable with, and then usually that's people that kind of look like them, who are comfortable being around people that look like them, who are comfortable being around certain groups and aspects. And that's been the case for so many groups. You didn't see that many people of different colors in certain groups, aspects, and stuff like that, because they chose to be around people that they feel comfortable with. I've learned that, interestingly, in high school, a teacher had brought it up to me one time and was talking about it, and was talking about how he would watch everyone and how they group up, watch everyone and who they would sit next to in classes, who they eat lunch and stuff with. And it's always people who are either in the same groups, comes to like sports, music, like bands and stuff like that, or choir. It'd be that, or they hang out with people that look like them. You will see a lot of people hanging with people that look like them or into the same things that they're into, whether that's nerd social stuff or whatever, or hood social stuff or whatever. People tend to hang and be around people that they feel comfortable with. That is perfectly fine. I can understand why people feel like, hey, you should allow more of this certain group and stuff in. I feel like I would like to see these people. I would say this is perfectly fine to voice that. Voice people that you would love to see in Streamer University. Name some people that they think that will work well with Castanet. Let them know that, hey, check these people out and stuff like that. I think they'll work well at Stream University, stuff like that. Maybe he'll pick them later on, or consider picking them. Who knows? You never know. You never know who you'll probably end up being put into certain areas and spaces that they probably would have never been in, and you create friendships and stuff that way. Because one, you voiced it, hey, I think you'll work well with these people, or I think you'll work well with this person, stuff like that. Just state that to Kai in videos and stuff or whatever, without it being like a harassing type of deal. I think that's perfectly fine. But I think people just put too much into this whole thing. Seeing too many people get upset and highly upset that they ain't making it in. It is perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong with you not getting into something. We know that this is a good thing for a lot of people. And I think that's the thing that hurts a lot of people, is they know what this could be for them if they would have made it in. But it's perfectly fine. Stay on your grind. Stay doing it. Maybe you'll make it next year. Maybe you'll make it the year after that. Who knows? Just stay on your grind. Keep showing that you are in it for the biscuit and keep going. But that's all mostly I had to say about this whole thing when it comes to Stream University. I think it's definitely interesting how people react to certain things. But this one is definitely very interesting to me.